Good day and welcome everyone. So we are doing the ABCs of money today. For those of you who don't know, I am here with Nate. We are on the letter W. Okay? So let's take this ABCs of money challenge and let's win in this financial game. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump in because I'm really wishing that a lot of y'all would take the lesson that I'm giving you and take it just a little bit more seriously because I really wish that you all take this wisdom and you're taking notes and using it because you'll be able to take these notes and use them for generations on end. Why is this important? Why do I want you to take this more seriously? Because they're not teaching you this stuff in school. They're not teaching you about money. They're not teaching you about mindset. And I find that to be a little bit disturbing. I really think that that's whack. So that's why I'm doing this 26 days of wisdom. That's what this is. 26 days of wisdom in this financial wealth game. And you know what? You should be learning this now. You should really be learning this now because a lot of these words and wisdom that I'm sharing with you guys, I feel like they are worthy of you taking notes and being able to pass this information down to your children and their children, the children's children. And it just keeps going and going because that's what we're here to do, is to break generational curses and build generational wealth. So I mean, if you don't believe me, just watch. Just watch. You can take this wisdom for granted if you want to. But in case you didn't know, there are, here in America, in the wealthiest country in the world, there's 68% of Americans that don't even have a minimalized emergency fund. And when I say a mini emergency fund, I'm talking about at least $3,000 saved up. The other 58% will basically retire just to come out of retirement, just to start working a retirement job. See, and we see this every single day. We watch our elders go back to work after leaving a job. So you're telling me that working 40 years for a retirement plan or a pension or social security or social insecurity, because I have a grandparent that's struggling with social security right now, that ain't enough to maintain their lifestyle for when they stop working? Something ain't right, and that just sounds real whack to me. Something's wrong, because my thing is, why would they call the retirement the golden years? It don't seem like it's so golden, especially if you gotta come out of retirement to go back to work. So to me, that don't sound like no golden years. That sounds like a game is being played, and that's whack too. Because my thing is, how is it you can leave a job and accrue all this retirement and pension and all this stuff just for it to only last for a little while? How does that work? See, jobs don't even pay you more when you leave. That's not even the end game. That right there doesn't even make sense. If they're not paying you enough while you're on the job and you're struggling paycheck to paycheck, why are you wondering why things are the way they are? Because my thing is this: when you're working a job and you're struggling paycheck to paycheck, and whenever you do retire, what makes you think they're going to pay you more money when you stop working? I don't understand. Why do we keep buying into stuff like that? Because we're seeing it, we're watching it every single day. Older people are working jobs instead of them enjoying the last of their years. And I just think that's whack. That's just my personal opinion. This is why I talk about having a home-based business, because it'll help you outpace in inflation. This is why I talk about taxes, because taxes cause debt. And even though America's in the midst of having to pay back trillions of dollars in the form of a stimulus, people who are out here struggling paycheck to paycheck, who are being overtaxed, who are in debt, are now having to borrow money from the bottom because during the pandemic, people lost their jobs and unemployment went up. See, it's just a lot. There's something wrong with this system. There's something wrong with this system. It's a whack system. I don't like it because the thing is, what most folks don't realize is when people are out of work and inflation is constantly at an all-time high and debt is high, that's going to create some chaos. So isn't it worth it to learn what they're not going to teach you in schools, what they're not willing to teach you in schools? Isn't it worth that much to learn this stuff, write down some notes, apply it in your life, and watch how watch how your whole situation improves? I'm just saying. I want to make it make sense. You know, this is you have to be willing to open your mind up and learn as much as you can about this wealth game, because it's not a joke out here. It's hard not life out here if you do not know the rules of the wealthy. And again, America is the wealthiest country in the world, yet we have so many people struggling when it comes to wealth. We have a large number of homeless people in this country. It's mind-boggling. I don't know. I don't understand it, but maybe it's because they don't have access. They don't have access to the wisdom in this wealth game. Oh, good day. Thank you for tuning in, my sister. But maybe that's why a lot of people are struggling, because they don't have the access to this wisdom and wealth. You know, my mentor, Mr. Brian M. Bean, he owns this training company called Mentor to Millions. Let me tell you, it's phenomenal. He has a Pondcast, P-O-N-D, Pondcast, where in one of his number one training sessions is called the Instinct Series. And this is where he teaches about animal instincts and how we can use that and apply it in our life to help us in our situation. Now, let me see. As an example, we can use the cheetah, who has a long tail that can change direction in an instant. You have the rhino, who loves keeping the birds on its back because it takes the parasites, it gets rid of the parasites. You have, it's so many. He has so many that you can actually use and apply in your life to the point where you'll see your situation change if you just be willing to open up and learn the rules of the wealthy. See, this is where you got to start asking yourself questions like, what parasites are leeching off of me right now? Because they're not helping me. They're leeching off of me. Who are the birds that I need to surround myself with? And when I say birds, I'm talking about successful, wealthy people who are actually walking on the path of wealth. See, what you have to do is you have to grow a tail like a cheetah and be willing to pivot or change directions in an instant. You have to surround yourself around the right birds, if you know what I'm saying. That's really gonna help you walk up out of the situation that you're in and get on the path to wealth. You gotta surround yourself with the people who are wiser than you, who make more money than you. You know what I'm saying? Who are on the path to wealth. Because if you're surrounded by people who are on the same level as you, ain't nobody going nowhere, that's exactly where you're gonna stay. And that's just what it is. You got to stay true to the game. You stay around the same people that's doing the same thing, that ain't really got too much going on. That's where you're gonna be at. Okay, so it's time to welcome new information like this into your life, because when you weigh the pros and the cons of being broke and being wealthy, I'm sorry, I choose wealth. I've been broke. Broke is not fun. Broke don't bring me a lot of options. Broke don't allow me to do a lot of things, because see, a lot of people, you got to remember, wealth is measured in time, not dollars. And people are out here chasing dollars instead of working towards wealth. See, wealth, what people don't realize, wealth gives you more options to go where you want to go, when you want to go, to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it. Okay, see, you may not be where you want to be right now, but I'm sure that you're better off from where you was before, as you're coming with me on this journey, learning the ABCs of money, because it is a journey. But if you're actually taking this serious and you're writing your notes and you're applying it and you're walking in that, you're gonna see a difference. Okay, you're gonna see a difference. So the thing is, we're all wired for success. You just have to reprogram yourself. You got to take out the old wires and put in some new wires and wire yourself for success. Because even though most people are wired to go and get wage income, meaning every dollar that you make comes from labor, wealthy people are wired to go and get non-wage income, whereas every dollar that they make comes from money. See, this is why it's important to learn financial literacy and learn the rules of the wealthy, so you can have some posture in this wealth game and get it together. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take time. So just you know, bring it from a 10 to a 2. Just slow down, take your time and learn this and apply it. See, once you wire yourself to this success, you want to start getting yourself wired as to, instead of making your money through labor, start making your money through residuals. How many residuals do I got coming in without having to work? Start making your money work for you and not you working for your money. That's all I'm saying, because money is a tool at the end of the day. Money is not actual wealth. Wealth is measured in time, not in dollars. We have to remember that. You have to create a wave of abundance using certain entities, whether it's a PRA, a DCA, whether it's real estate. You have to put certain things in place that's going to help you make money outside of you going out there and making it yourself, using assets to bring income in and increasing your cash flow. How much money can you make without working? That's the goal right there. How much money can I make without having to work? Can you imagine having that much time freedom? That would be absolutely amazing. See, you can also do this with write-offs too, but you got to have a home-based business. That's why I talk about having a home-based business almost every time I get on here. Y'all keep sleeping on it, but it's time to wake up. Okay? It's time to wake up. See, the wealthy people, they get taxed the least on their money, which means they get their money up front, as opposed to a working person. They get taxed the highest, and then they have to wait a whole year for a tax refund instead of getting their money up front. Something's wrong with that. I think that the game has had us in a chokehold for long enough, you guys. It is time to start learning the rules of the wealthy, because the system that we're a part of, and again, there's nothing wrong with working a job. Let a job fund your dreams. Okay? Let it fund your dreams and opportunities and things like that, but don't let it be the only thing that you do. So with that being said, I really hope that this woke some of y'all up, okay? And you're now wiring yourself to start making non-wage income, right? That way you can now have more time freedom to spend with your family, and now you can do whatever you want, when you want, how you want, because wealth has now provided you with options. So you guys, thank you for tuning in to this video. We did the letter W. Wealthy people move different. I hope this really woke you up. And share this video, take some notes, and until next time, you guys, peace out.